Beniamin. No Benjamin. There's no J. With 1,200 hours. So above that adept zone, where you should know most of your Dead by Daylight fundamentals, which is very, very good. You're on Suffo Pit, and at least at a glance, it looks like the variation. Suffo Pit, the normal one, is really, really, really good for Survivor. The variation, so Suffo Pit 2, is way, way more balanced and is a little bit more down the middle. Hopefully that's the one you got. Slinger is somebody that I tertiaried at one point when I was having my Beniamin era. Like, I switched over from Huntress, and then the character I played on the side between those two was Slinger, so I like Slinger a lot. So yeah, let's take a look at your perks. Okay, so you're using double reload. That's fine. Perfect. Looking at your build, you're doing a full endgame build, which is fine. Just kind of be realistic that like you're gonna lose a lot of pressure in the both early and mid game because you're kind of plotting specifically only for the end game. This is a big risk, but it's a risk that can pay off. Not a bad build. Just it's a very risky build. So keep that in mind. Yeah, double reload's great. You know that's banned in that was banned in the charity tournament. You couldn't use double reload as Slinger. Okay, so you're having a hard time finding somebody. It is variation Suffer Pit, so it's gonna be way nicer for you. Okay, he drops for wide array, which is silly. Don't ever do that as wow, what is this mind game? Okay, well you got the shot, but like what does that do for you? You know what's funny? Oh wow, you actually get that. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. I would not have guessed I would have hit. I would have hit that pallet with my fucking 40 ping and been pissed. Got me through TCM, that's funny. I miss those days when TCM wasn't like we didn't know it was terrible yet, you know, like playing Bubba. Concerning noises? Angry noises! Just putting people down in like one hit or one shot Bubba build. That shit was fun. It's sad they just kind of like didn't care about the game that much and just kind of wanted to argue with people. Good mind game. Good catch on the corner attack. Remember purposeful kicking. Kick the gen on, or kick the pallet on the side that denies the survivors the most resources. If you kicked it on the other side, all she has is the wall, because this is the edge of the map, which would obviously have guaranteed you the hit. But if you kick the pallet on this side, she has another tile, and then she has the whole map ahead of her. So she can loop however she wants now. Make sure you're kicking the pallet on the side that denies the survivor the most resources. You know this pallet's gone, so you shouldn't be able to follow her through there. Can't even get a match in the lobby anymore. Didn't Sumo like stop working on it too? But they're trying to find a new dev team. These gens are going kind of quick, but also you have no slowdown, so kind of to be expected. I don't know. I don't think so, Whore. If somebody buys it from me, I will, but like, I'm not about to be wasting money on another ASIM that's just gonna die in 3 months. Like, I gotta be saving my money, man. I got those Saturday game requests that I gotta buy. Like, I'm not spending another money on another dead game. Hey, for you know, that was not a hint. That was not a hint. Don't you do it. Fully to play with me? Okay, I will play it with you. I will. We'll do the thing we always do, where we end up playing the ASIM on Tuesdays until it inevitably dies. You're trying to go for too many fancy shots instead of just like going for something safe, and it's making this chase with Bill extremely long. Maybe find somebody else. Yeah, see, like you're going, like listen, I get it, because like the only fun about playing characters like Stinger and like Xeno is going for the crazy fun stuff. Good dodge on her prior, honestly. That was not you, that was her. But like, at a certain point, you're just bloating your chases by going for shots. I thought you were gonna try to shoot through the window, like 100%, based on what you've done so far. Sounds so sad now. It just, I'm not sad about the idea of playing with you. I just know that it's going to be another one of those situations where it's like, wow, Killer Clowns is totally going to beat Dead by Daylight. Here's ABC of why Killer Clowns is actually the best ASIM to ever be released outside of Dead by Daylight. It's even better than Dead by Daylight. And then 3 months later, it just fucking dies again. I can't wait for all the fucking copium people to be like, oh my god, see behavior, you need to take notes. And the game just dies again like the rest of them. It's the real DBD kill this time, we promise, literally. And I can't wait for all the fucking DBD streamers that like hate stream DBD to switch over for 3 months and become a Killer Clowns main for 3 months and go, I'm never playing DBD again. And then I'm like, okay, I'll see you in 3 months. I'll see you when the game's life cycle ends. I'm just not looking forward to the cycle again. The inevitable cycle that always happens with these alternative ASIM games. Slinger with a vibe, yo, nice. I wish the more set box was a little tinier, so I could do stuff like that. But it's unfortunately about the size of a basketball, the hitbox is, so you kind of can't thread it through things like that. Wow, that was strong. My favorite movie it is. It's kind of a goofy movie. Not the goofy movie. It's a superior film, just saying. Single father caring for his son so wholesomely, like, don't get better than that. You should still, even if you're running an endgame build, be looking to, like, get somebody dead before the end of the match. Because it's much easier to, like, snowball an endgame build against 3 people than it is against all 4. So I would be going back for Bill right now, to be honest. Yeah, because Plague's hitbox is also small. Have you ever looked at like the hitboxes for Plague's Puke? It's really funny. It's just like a bunch of little tiny hitboxes, just like overlapping each other constantly, which is kind of how Xenomorphs works, except it's like tubes instead of circles. It's just a constantly repeating tube that stops when you hit either collision or a person. Yeah, you're kind of going for way too many style shots. It's extending your chases by a lot. That is actually probably the single-handed reason you're going to lose this game, is because all your chases, on average, are longer in length. Because you keep like trying to set up these like wild shots instead of just like look for something safer. That was a good shot. It doesn't help you at all, but you hit it. You know what my favorite part of that movie is? And I saw it a long time ago, so like this probably isn't fully accurate. But, like the fucking like and they're like a cotton candy thing that they stick people in or something like that up on their like their saucer. It's I was like, that's so cool, but kind of demented at the same time. Yeah, exactly. Triple, like finding a even with the end game situation, you still want like a 3v1. It's still just way easier to win, even if you are doing an in-game build. Let's see here. What is he just doing sitting there? Nah. I would just, yeah, if you had like split pressure a little bit more and gotten more no way out stacks, you could have afforded to do a little bit more here, but like you kind of just got to take your 2k and call it a day. So you don't, nobody's like, I don't know what you're waiting for exactly. You just pick him and hook him so you can like, that guy's an idiot. Thankfully he's not close enough to be hit. That guy's a dummy. That Dwight should not have come out there. Yeah, now Bill's just up and gets to escape. Oh, they don't have the door ready. Why don't they have the door ready? What? Why would you come up here and start messing with the situation without having the door ready? That was a good dodge on his part. You just were more patient. You had the right idea. You were just more patient. You called it out, right? Yeah, that movie is like a fever dream. Oh, welcome to Tormented Killer Clowns. Is that how you get the suitors? Come on in. The decor's great. Just don't look down on the way in. I'm sure that gives the right vibes. Killer Clown does. No, they just leave. Okay. All right. So, in terms of your main takeaways, it mostly boils down to two things. Your first takeaway is that while you're running a full endgame build, it's still good to have somebody dead by 2 gens, because even if you have a full endgame build, it's easier to corral 3 survivors in the endgame than 4. So it seemed like you didn't really prioritize getting somebody dead, probably because you had an endgame build, but winning a 3v1 in the endgame, even with full endgame perks, is still an easier affair than a 4v1. So definitely still be aiming to kill somebody by at least 2 gens, even if you're running a full endgame build. There's an opportunity you could have gone back and tumbled Bill out of the game, but you chose not to. That's kind of what made your endgame situation so troublesome. In terms of your second takeaway, you were going for a lot of really fun shots, which I respect and love. I'd be doing the same thing, but in terms of consistency and being better, it did bloat your chases a lot, in terms of like trying to go for these like special shots, these crazy shots. You didn't really have one single chase that lasted like 2 whole minutes or something like that, but each of your chases on average was extremely bloated. Like they were all above average in length, and that adds up because match time is gen time. So there was plenty of situations you could have just like, you know, tailgated him a bit, gone for an M1, tailgated him a bit, gone for an easier M2, and you chose not to because you're trying to go for something fancy. There's a lot of shots you get in this match that like you hit them, but like you can't reel them through the object, or like they're gonna very clearly get the pallet throw, so there's kind of like no reason to even go for the shot, because then you have to like stop, reload, and they get the movement speed penalty. Like there's a lot of shots and attempted shots that just kind of like made your chases extremely long, and while none of them were like as long as like a 2-minute chase or something like that, all of them were above average, which extended your chase time, which means match time, gen time. So yeah, those are like the main 2 things.